Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Andy from Express IT Tech Tips. This is going to be my day 3 YouTube journey release video. Now, officially, I suppose I'm slightly more than day 3. I did upload a video 7 days ago, but I've never really done it with the kind of push that I tried to generate a little bit more traffic. I didn't share it with anybody. I kind of just left it for YouTube to make its own mind up where that kind of fitted. And to be honest, at the moment, it's still probably one of my most viewed videos, which is good because it obviously just shows that the whole metrics and algorithms and stuff in the background obviously pick audience members based off search functionality. I've got up to about 13 followers now, which is good. Some of them I know personally, so I can't really count them as a claim to fame, but it's obviously good to obviously get that subscriber count up. I've kind of taken a bit of a view of understanding a little bit more about what makes good YouTube videos. Particularly in the last while, I have noticed from previous recordings that my server in the background was quite audible on some of them. It's very hard when obviously I'm recording and playing the video back in this room to distinguish between whether it's picking up just my voice or the server voice, because obviously I've got that hum in the background all the time. So with this particular video, I've turned the gain right down. So hopefully I'm still clear. Hopefully from that point I've kind of drolled out the background noise of the the server hum, because I do apologise about that. I've spent a little bit more time realistically playing around with some of the weird and wonderful features in Cyberlink. The Power Director solution I've been using, which my license runs out in March, so I've kind of just tried to get my head around that a little bit more, and some of the picture-in-picture stuff, which you probably notice I've started to do in some more of my videos, just to kind of get a bit of a feel. Obviously released the Christmas reviews as well, which kind of quite dear to my heart, because I'm always the worst person to buy for, because I like to have everything from a tech perspective. So when I'm asked what do you want, it's always the it's usually something that's ridiculously priced, or I've already got it anyway. So some of those challenges. I've used both of my purchases that I mentioned in the last video. The tripod, which is here. To be honest, for $15.99 you kind of get what you expect. Now I used this one in a couple of videos I've done. I used it in the Velvetizer one, which worked quite well because obviously it was really stationary from my point. I had to cheat a little bit because the tripod isn't quite high enough, and stick it on top of a miniature table. It does have a spirit level, which is quite useful. Obviously the challenge I've had around that is I've been trying to angle my shots down, so the spirit level was good for kind of aligning to make sure the tripod's level, and then once I tilted it didn't really have much use, to be honest. But yeah, that worked. The only thing I would say about it is you can tell it is a $15.99 tripod, just because the fact it's got these little sort of pinch shut bits that hold the legs in. Now a couple of times when I've been filming they've just dropped. It might have been me not engaging them properly, but the sort of build quality isn't probably there as you get if you wouldn't spend £100 or so on a tripod. But for like I said, I'm trying to do this a little bit on a budget, to begin with, so it's kind of done the job. The other one I've used, you've not seen the video yet. I've kind of recorded all the content ready for it. I just need to do a bit more editing with that, particularly around the voiceover side that I need to add in, which now I've realised that I was picking up a lot of the background noise from my server. I can obviously edit a little bit better, hopefully, and give a better view. But yeah, the next one hopefully I'll put up is the Steam Deck hard drive upgrade. Now I'd already upgraded my hard drive, so from my point I'll only show, I would say 95% of the what you need to do, because I don't realistically want to completely flatten my Steam Deck again, because it just would cause me headaches. I'd have to download games again. I could move them to the SD card, but let's be honest, that takes time, so not something I particularly want to do. What else I've learned about YouTube? The analytics are actually really useful. Now I've not actually got enough sort of views at the moment to kind of really drill down into some of that. But you can obviously see the amount of people that have turned up, watched your videos, but they're not subscribed. So that's quite a useful metric. And some of the other things I managed to pick out have been really, really good. Obviously learned a little bit more about OBS, so that's how I'm recording this today. You'll notice the wonderful picture frame. You will see this, or you should have seen this hopefully already in one of my videos. I will do use these kind of things if I decide to do streaming, or I'm doing picture-in-picture content, where instead of me just talking over videos, you can actually see me and me gestating with my hands, because I like to do that. But yeah, from my point, it's just learning a little bit more about the tools that I've got available to myself. Now, Black Friday is coming up, and I am keeping my close eye on the Elgato capture card. So please, somebody, put that in the Black Friday sale. I would really like to go, the 4K one. The main reason being is obviously some of the devices I use are capable of outputting 4K. So if I'm going to capture stuff, from the gaming side off my Xbox or PS5 or even the PC, for example, that's obviously easier to do. I would obviously like to try and get it at the very maximum quality, and then if I have to downscale it a little bit or downsample it slightly, you're not going to lose so much quality that way. But yeah, from my point, it's been a really, really interesting journey so far. Just learning a little bit about it. I've got the absolute buzz, to be honest. Every time I do a video, I then get an idea to do another. I think it's driving everybody else insane. But that's good, because it's something I'm passionate about, something I enjoy. I'm actually really enjoying doing this. It's kind of, I wake up in the morning and think, God, and ideas are spinning around my head. I need to start putting these down somewhere apart from my whiteboard. I do have an open source plan in mind, so I could host something, potentially using Docker to do that, which I'm going to I will cover off. I think once I'm happy with where I am with it, I will cover it off in a video, but it might use something like Nextcloud potentially. If you're not familiar with what Nextcloud is, it's like the equivalent of having 365 but self-hosting it. I do have an instance of Nextcloud, but I'll be honest, it is available publicly. I can get to it from outside here. Using something called Nginx reverse proxy. I may have mentioned that previously. I will certainly look at doing something where I can put my ideas down and I've got access, and availability outside, because I do generally think of ideas at the most random times. I like to go for walks during the day, and I kind of walk around, and then I'll see or hear something, or I'll talk to one of my friends or previous colleagues, and I kind of think, actually, that's a bloody good idea for a video. So yeah, I'm just trying to get, ideas, suggestions. I put up a poll recently, which is great. I think if you're going to vote on something, kind of maybe add in the comments what you're looking for, what you'd like me to do. I do have limits. I do still work full time. So yeah, it's just kind of understanding a little bit about what people would like me to see me cover or do, but also where you'd like the direction of the channel's ahead. I'm quite passionate about making content, giving you the reviews, giving you tips, talking about technologies you may not have been exposed to. I think one of the big things with the Ventoy one, when I released that, is I had a few people that I know who watched that video text me, go, oh my God, I never knew about that. That's brilliant. I'm going to go and download it and get that and use it. And I think that to me says it's done its job. That's the kind of feedback I'd see. So please don't be scared to put in the comments. I do have some of the filtering turned on just because of, I don't want the language to get too silly. I don't mind getting a bit of criticism and abuse, but let's try and keep it clean. That's what I want my channel to be, realistically. I have also in the last sort of couple of hours joined TikTok. Now, I wasn't actually planning to do this at all whatsoever. However, a very good friend of mine for many years has told me that it's actually quite a big platform. I did know about it, but let's be honest, I kind of just watch real videos if they come up on other media that are kind of all connected into that metaverse. I have joined it now. Realistically, I probably will just put my outtakes on here, because when I've recorded some of my videos, I don't always script them. I'd rather them be raw. Sometimes I've got little notes to myself to say this is what I'd like to talk about, but the other day, for example, I made some comment and thought, my God, Andy, you can't use that in a video. It was just about a toy, and you know, it's how safe it was. And I think I made some kind of running pun joke about throwing it at the child. It won't hurt them. And I thought, my God, you can't say that, Andy. You know, 'cause you certainly shouldn't throw things at children or anybody for that matter. But I kind of thought, what a great blooper reel that would make. I don't really necessarily want to put it on YouTube because I'd rather keep this a little bit more professional, but I think for TikTok that kind of content's great. So I have set up the channel. There is a video of me looking very tired, you know, and I've kind of uploaded a couple of my videos so people can see. I've kind of put the link back to the channel, but yeah, it's early days. You're going to see me messing around with various stuff in videos. You know, I'm quite keen to, you know, learn and kind of grow as I do. I will certainly share some of the things I've learned about OBS and Cyberlink. I'll probably record those at the weekend when I've got a little bit more time. But yeah, I mean, just yeah, thanks for tuning in. Keep the feedback coming. I know the people that I know personally, or you know, friends of friends and whatever, have fed it back that way. But please just use the platform. You know, I just want it to, you know, to sort of grow where possible. The next video, hopefully, I'll get up will be that, you know, hard drive upgrade on the Steam Deck. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. It's been a journey so far, and I think the next one of these videos I'll do will be at day 7. So that'll be a full week of me, you know, kind of investing my time into YouTube, understanding a little bit more about the channel and going from there. Cheers.